Hello students, welcome to the biology class. In the last class, we have discussed about the senses and different types of stimulus, the receptors and the nervous system. In this class, we are going to discuss about the fundamental unit of the nervous system, that is the neuron. The fundamental unit of the nervous system is called neuron. It is the diagrammatic representation of the neuron. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the structure of the neuron. A neuron consists of the following parts. They are the dendrite, then dendron, cell body, nucleus, the Schwann cells, axon, axonite, and the last part is the synaptic nerve. Okay, these are the different parts of a neuron. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the functions of the each part. Okay, first one is dendrite. Okay, what is dendrite? Dendrites, they are the small branches of the dendron. The branches of the dendrons are called dendrites. Okay, the branches of dendrons are called dendrites. What is the function of dendrite? The dendrite helps to receive impulses from the adjacent neuron. They help to receive impulses from adjacent neuron. The next one is dendron. You look here, the dendron, they are the short filaments from the cell body. They are the short filaments from the cell body. And what is their function? They help to carry impulses from dendrite to cell body. They help to carry impulses from the dendrite to the cell body. Then the next parts are nucleus and the cell body. Like all other cells, the neuron also have nucleus and cell body. Okay, the next part is the axon. You look here, this is axon. So axons, they are the longest filaments from the cell body. They are the longest filaments from the cell body. And what is their function? They help to carry impulses from the cell body to the axonite. They help to carry the impulses from cell body to the axonite. Okay. Okay, the next part is the axonite. What is axonite? Axonite, they are the small branches from the axon. The branches of the axons are called axonite. Okay, then what is their function? They help to carry impulses from axon to the synaptic nerve. They help to carry impulses from axon to the synaptic nerve. Then the last structure is synaptic nerve. What is synaptic nerve? It is the knob-like structure present at the tip of the axonite. They are the knob-like structure present at the tip of the axonite. Their function is to secrete neurotransmitters. Their function is to secrete neurotransmitters. There are two neurotransmitters are there. They are dopamine and acetylcholine. Dopamine and acetylcholine. Dopamine, acetylcholine. This dopamine and acetylcholine, they are secreted by the synaptic nerve. Okay. That's all about the structure of the neuron, different parts of the neuron. Then here is Schwann cells. You might have thought that why I didn't mention about the Schwann cells. Actually, Schwann cells, they are not the part of the neuron. Okay? They are not the part of the neuron. They encircle the neuron. They encircle the axon. It encircles the axon, and the Schwann cells are discovered by Theodor Schwann, scientist Theodor Schwann. That is why it get the name Schwann cells. Okay, that's all about the different parts of the neuron and the functions of the different parts. Once again, dendrites. So the impulses move from the dendrite to dendron, from dendron to the cell body, then cell body to the axon, then axon to axonite, then axonite to the synaptic nerve. From synaptic nerve, the neurotransmitters are secreted and it will stimulate the adjacent neuron. So the impulses will pass to the next neuron. Okay. The axons of most of the neuron are repeatedly encircled by myelin, a membrane containing lipid. So this is called a sheath-like structure. So this is called myelin sheath. Axons of most of the neuron are repeatedly encircled by myelin, a membrane containing lipid. So this sheath is called myelin sheath. Okay, myelin sheath. Myelin sheath. Actually, a single neuron can control and coordinate the whole activities. So a group of neuron can control the activities. So we can call it as nerve. A single neuron can control and coordinate the whole activities. So a group of neuron or axon, we can call it as nerve, can perform the function. So a group of neuron or a group of axons is called nerve. Okay, the nerves, they are also encircled by myelin sheath. The nerves, they are also encircled by myelin sheath. But there is a difference is there. The myelin sheath of the nerve cells, they are formed of Schwann cells. They are formed of the Schwann cells. But the myelin sheath in the brain and spinal cord, they are formed of a special type of cells. They are formed of a special type of cells called oligodendrocytes. Dendrocytes. Okay. A group of neurons or a group of axons are called nerve. The nerves are also encircled by myelin sheath. The myelin sheath of nerve cell are formed of the Schwann cells. But the myelin sheath of the brain in the brain and spinal cord, they are formed of a special type of cells called oligodendrocytes. They are present only in our brain and spinal cord. Okay. Then the nerve cells, they are of two types. The nerve cells, a group of axons. The nerve cells, they are of two types. They are myelinated nerve cells and non-myelinated nerve cells. What is myelinated nerve cells and what is non-myelinated nerve cells? Myelinated nerve cells and myelinated nerve cell and non-myelinated nerve cell. In the case of myelinated nerve cells, the nerve cells, they are encircled by myelin sheath. Then what about non-myelinated nerve cells? The nerve cells, they are not encircled by the myelin sheath. Okay, you got it? There are two types of nerve cells, myelinated nerve cells and non-myelinated nerve cells. The nerve cells, they are encircled by myelin sheath. They are called myelinated nerve cells, and the nerve cells, they are not encircled by myelin sheath. They are called non-myelinated nerve cells. Actually, the myelin sheath, we already said that the myelin sheath, it is a lipid containing layer. So the color is white in color. So wherever the myelin sheath is present, it will be white in color. Okay. So in the brain and spinal cord, in the brain and spinal cord where the myelinated nerve cells are present in abundance. That region is called white matter because the myelinated nerve cells, they are white in color. So the region with the myelinated nerve cells, that will be white in color, that is white matter. The regions in the brain and spinal cord where myelinated nerve cells are present in abundance, that region is called white matter. That region is called white matter. And the region in the brain and spinal cord where non-myelinated nerve cells are present are called grey matter. So I conclude that in the brain and spinal cord there are two regions are present, white matter and grey matter. In white matter the nerve cells are myelinated, and in the case of grey matter the nerve cells are non-myelinated. Okay. It is all about the myelin sheath. Now, what is the function of the myelin sheath? What is the purpose of myelin sheath? Okay, now we are going to discuss about the functions of the myelin sheath. Okay. Functions of myelin sheath. Okay, this myelin sheath, the myelin sheath, we already said that it is a lipid containing layer. So, the myelin sheath, it provides the nutrients and oxygen to the nerve cell or axon. It provide nutrients, oxygen to the axon. The next function is they act as electric insulator. Then they accelerate impulses. What do you mean by accelerate impulses? That is, they speed up the impulses. Look here, the impulses, when the impulses reach here, they will jump and they will reach the tip of the axon. So, they accelerate impulses. The last one is they protect the axon from the external shocks. Okay. The nervous system manages control and coordination through the impulses. It manages control and coordination through the impulses. Okay, now we are going to discuss about how the impulses are generated. And how they are transmitted through the neuron. You just imagine it as the neuron. The outer surface of the plasma membrane of the neuron is positively charged. The outer surface of the plasma membrane of the neuron is positively charged, and the inner surface of the neuron is negatively charged. Okay. This difference in the charges is due to the distribution of certain ions. That is, the distribution of certain ions make the outer surface positively charged and the inner surface negatively charged. When the neuron is stimulated, there is a change in the distribution of ions occurs. There is a change in the distribution of ions occur. That is, the outer surface become negatively charged and the inner surface become positively charged. This momentary charge difference stimulates the adjacent parts. And there also similar changes occurs. That is, the inner surface become positively charged and the outer surface become negatively charged. And the next portion also stimulated, that also become positively, inner surface become positively charged and the outer surface become negatively charged. So the process continues. Okay, and this charge difference continues and the impulses transmitted as electric charges. Here we discussed about how the impulses are generated and how they are transmitted within a single neuron. Okay, now we are going to discuss about how the impulses are transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. Okay, how the impulses are transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. Okay, so we are going to discuss about a new term, synapse. Synapse. What is synapse? Synapse is the junction between two neurons or between a neuron and another cell. So synapse is the junction between two neurons, a neuron and neuron, or between a neuron and glandular cell, or between a neuron and muscle cell. So, in a single neuron, when the impulses from the axonite reach the synaptic knob, the synaptic knob, they secrete certain chemical substances. To the synaptic cleft. So that the neurotransmitters, they are the chemical substances, they will stimulate the adjacent cell. Or the adjacent dendrite, so that the impulses will reach the adjacent dendrite or the adjacent cell. Okay, so that the synapse, the another function of the synapse is that they regulate the speed and the direction of the impulses. They regulate the speed of the impulses. And the direction of the impulses. Speed and direction. So the impulses move from the dendrite to dendron, dendron to cell body to axon, axon to axonite, axonite to synaptic knob, synaptic knob to synaptic cleft to then adjacent cell or adjacent dendrite. Okay, so the impulses move from one neuron to another neuron as electric impulses. Okay, that's all about today's class. I hope you all understood today's class. We discussed about the structure of the neuron, the functions of different parts of the neuron, and then we discussed about the generation and the transmission of impulses. Then we discussed about the synapse. Okay, thank you all.